but maybe we start here. You mentioned humanize marketing. And so maybe like, I would imagine the space that you're in is very complex. There's legacy systems, there feature functionality. We're doing this faster than them. And you can get this report quicker than that other company. Maybe talk a little bit about just like, when you talk about humanizing what you're doing in marketing, like what do you mean? And like, what are the types of things you're doing?
So I think I've been at so many technology companies that all their website copy, their articles are all focused on their product, the features, and differentiating themselves. And that's fine. There's a place and time for that. But I think it's more important to understand what people are struggling with in the market today and to address that. So for example, we've got a masterclass I built out that's back to basics. It's product agnostic. We don't care if you're using Excel, a competitor, or us. What we're trying to help people understand is that they need to put framework in place first. And no matter what tool they put on top of crappy data, they're going to get crappy insights. So let's focus on solving the problem without pushing our product down their throats. So I feel like relationship building should always be the objective. And whether that's done in marketing and sales, well, that's the ideal, right? Like you don't want just sales going out and building relationships. Marketers need to think of it from a relationship perspective. And there's always this what's in it for me frame of mind you have to take when you're thinking about your audience. What's in it for them? Why would they engage with us? If I know my audience is really fatigued, there's a lot of arguments going on around the data. Attribution is a very divisive topic. Like how do we start bringing people together and finding commonality again? It's kind of like politics, right? Like you only get things done if you can cooperate over the aisle. I shouldn't have gone there, but you know what I mean.
No, I totally do. And I think just like the masterclass example is a good one. And I think about like, as you were talking, I think about like just within the past like 5 years from like my seat being an audience member, like a big theme, which I'm sure you've looked at, research, maybe you're doing at CaliberMind, maybe not, but just as, this account-based marketing. And it seems like, a lot of times people were like, oh, well, in order to get started to doing account-based marketing, you need this software. And once you have the software, you can start doing X, Y, and Z.
No.
When in reality, it's education on the topic and kind of building the framework out. And then once you get it going, then you can layer in the technology on top of it. So I heard a little bit about that. That's what triggered in my mind when you're talking about just like the educational component of the master classes that you're running.
Absolutely. Like I will throw out some stats, but Salesforce believes that 90% of CRM data is either stale or missing. That's Salesforce saying that. And then when people get excited and they're like, let's do target accounts, like I see it fail before it starts so many times, because what happens is sales and marketing can't agree on who the targets are to begin with. And then they realize their database is such a mess and they've got things separated into leads and then accounts and contacts, and then there's duplicates. And I think if nothing else, ABM has given us the awareness that our data is not in good shape. I think that's where we need to start if we're going to have any success. So like, I saw a great post. So it said, don't let fear get in the way of trying something new in marketing. And that's a big chunk of our jobs. It's just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. But you need to have data framework in place to measure whether or not it is sticking.